Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Welcome again to another edition of our 10-minute webinars for mom bloggers. I'm Candace with smartmomblogger.com, and this series is all about having a different smart and successful mom blogger on each week, sharing with us how she's growing her blog. So today we have Meera with MeeraKotan.com, and Meera has just started her blog less than 6 months ago. Is that right, Meera?
Actually, less than 4 months ago.
Less than 4 months ago. Wow. Okay, and she's been able to grow it in a massive way in such a short amount of time through guest posting, and that is what she's going to share with you today. And it's probably a little different than what you've heard about guest posting. She has a great strategy, and she's been doing it with great success. So thank you, Meera. Thank you for coming on, and welcome.
Thank you for having me, Candace.
All right. Well, I just did want to mention also, Meera is a certified email marketing specialist, a freelance writer, and contributor at many different popular blogs and publications. And so she knows a bit about what she's talking about, and she helps ambitious bloggers and solopreneurs find focus, build authority, and stand out online. We are lucky to have you. And Meera, I'm just going to let you jump in because I know you have a lot to cover today. So let us know your secret sauce for guest blogging.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm going to start off by saying that so many people say that guest blogging is dead, and it's not going to get you the kind of efforts that you're going to put into. But it's really a matter of perspective. And the way I evaluate a guest post opportunity, I do it in 3 different ways. The first one, obviously, is subscribers and traffic, whether it's going to get you that. And the first thing you've got to see if it's a blog where your target audience is likely to hang out. So what I like to do is go to alexa.com, and it's free to use. You just type in the URL of the blog that you're targeting, and it's going to give you a whole slew of data. Like the demographic profile, whether they are predominantly male, female, and even the countries that they're from. So yeah, it even gives you an age range. So once you kind of have that, it gives you an inkling whether that's a blog that you really want to go for. And if it's giving you if there's a decent amount of engagement and comments on that blog, then that's a very good blog to go for, to guest post for. But the way I say it, just looking at subscribers and traffic, it's a very, very narrow-minded view of whether to go for a guest post opportunity, because every piece of content that you put out there, it's going to add to your personal brand. And subscribers and traffic, it's a very, very small fragment of it. So another point that I usually evaluate a guest post opportunity for is credibility. So if there are certain sites and publications that are highly regarded in your niche or highly regarded in your industry, and I would say it's a bonus to write for those sites. So for instance, I've written for Marketing Profs twice, and it's more B2B, definitely not where my target audience hang out. But I still wrote for them because the person who's running that site, Anne Handley, is someone who's very well respected in the industry. So yes, if you're going to name drop sites like that, publications like that, so it's definitely a plus. It's going to add to your resume. So yeah, number 2 is credibility. Third one is whether it's going to give you a connection with micro influencers. And okay, what I mean by micro influencers is, these are people who also have a very good, very good traffic, a tight-knit community of followers and subscribers, but they may not be as big as the influencers, but they definitely rub shoulders with them. They maybe have collaborative partnerships with these influencers. So if you write for people like these, and when you do pitch these bigger people, bigger influencers for like a partnership or a guest post opportunity, and you name drop these people, you're going to kind of get into the inner circle. They're going to know that you're legit in a sense, and you're not going to screw up the opportunity. So
kind of like climbing up the ladder a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get the smaller people first, and then you climb your way up. So yeah, these are the 3 ways: credibility and the connection with micro influencers. And before I really jump into the process, what I want to say is, when I started out, I was a bit scattered. So I kind of wrote all over the place in a sense. But if you really want to get mileage for your, your guest posting efforts, I would say really target your posts into the particular area that you want to establish yourself as an expert in. So whether it's affiliate marketing or whether you're a parent counselor for sensitive children, what may be. So really focus on that. So I didn't do that when I started off, but after a certain period of time, I started to really focus on email marketing. So the posts coming out after this would be, just on that topic. So that's my only advice. Yeah.
So you're talking about the topic that you're going to be writing about with your guest post. Narrow that down rather than writing all about different things. Choose one specific topic so you can be as an expert.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to, really propel that, forward. So that's something that, that's my advice.
Got it.
So, okay, if you come to the process itself, it's kind of like dating. I don't really like to go for a cold pitch immediately. So I kind of lurk around. I comment on their posts a bit. I share their work, and so I think maybe a good 3 to 4 weeks before I actually send them a pitch. And the pitch itself is pretty simple, and I pretty much use the same structure for all of that. And we will share that in the post, in the notes.
Yes, I'm going to share your pitch.
Yeah, so you just use that and tweak it to your own style. And one thing I think a lot of people forget is that if you've got something in the bag like Huffington Post, and I know Candice, you've got lots of great tips on how to get on Huffington Post. So even if it's Huffington Post or whatever that may be, put it in within the first 3 lines. So that's one thing that I see lots of people forget. So yes, and so okay, let's say.
Can you clarify real quick, Meera? What are you saying to put in the first 3 lines?
Okay, the first 3 lines, we're going to give that in there. But the most important is, where have you been featured?
Oh, I see what you're saying. When you're doing your pitch, to put that in the first 3 lines of your pitch.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
So don't leave it within the middle or towards the end. So within the first 2 or 3 lines, immediately say where you're from, or where have you been featured, your publications and stuff like that. Even if it's the Huffington Post, put that down there because it does carry some weight.
Great.
Yes. So yeah, once you have your post accepted, and then you're going to give it back in. So and this is just so important. There are some hosts that are very, very generous. They give you up to 3 links, like 1 back to your blog and 2 to your social media profiles. I never really take most of them. I think I've taken at most just 2. So I would always link them firstly back to a landing page. And I just kind of like to say something like, welcome Blogalina readers, or welcome, if it's for you, I would say welcome Smart Mom Blogger readers, something like that, just for sense of familiarity. And then I would link it back to my opt-in. And I would, yes, definitely give a content upgrade, which is related to the post. Yeah, most, I know it's difficult to have each one related to the post, but, just something for them to have in exchange for an email address. So I would do that one. And I like to link them back immediately to a welcome email series, so that they don't have to wait 1 week before they hear from, my weekly email, depending on when they signed up. So because this is when, it's hot and your brand name is, they're excited to hear from you. So I like to send them immediately, welcome email, and then 2 to 3 emails follow up, more about you and your brand.
Great. And so on. I'm going to just cut in really quick because I'm going to punctuate that point, because when you, like if you just give them their freebie or whatever the content upgrade was, okay, great, they appreciate that. But I think you made a great point. If you're going to do like a warm-up welcome email, and this is something I'm still working on with a lot of, because I was kind of scattered in the beginning, putting freebies out there everywhere, and it's hard to tie them all back into that welcome email, but it's really important. I think you make a great point there, because you're warming them up to your brand, and never will you have better open rates than you do when you first hit them on your list.
Yes. And I mean, this is when they've hopefully, read a great piece of content. So they want to hear from you, so don't be afraid to send them like one every 2 or 3 minutes. 2 or 3 days. Just go for it. So that's what I would do. So yeah, 1 back to your landing page, and if they really do give you a second link, then maybe 1 to your favorite social media profile.
Okay.
In your bio. Yeah. So this is what I have for you guys. The most important, the pitch itself, we will provide it in the notes.
Yeah, because we tried to keep it under 10 minutes. We didn't have time to do it. So I appreciate you like squeezing that all. It's so much good information. But so you said like even if they give you the opportunity for like 3 links or something,
Yes.
then you don't necessarily need to stuff it with 3 links, because I've seen that too.
I
You know,
know.
if you have this author bio or you have a
Yeah.
section there, you know, and there's like 3 or 4 or 5 links in there.
Exactly.
Why is that important not to do that?
I mean, because the way I've seen it, if when you give them too many options, they take none, or
Mm.
they choose one that you don't really want them to, go for. And for me, if you're, yeah, obviously, the predominant reason is to get them on your list, to build a relationship with them. So you want to get them on your email list. That's number one, rather than have them follow you on social media. Because
Yes.
yeah, I always feel email subscriber is more valuable than a social media follower.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're, if you send them to social media before you send them to your subscriber area, then you never know where they go from there. So
That's right.
that's awesome advice, Meera. I appreciate that. And I wanted to say, so I know you've grown your blog crazy since you've started it. Do you have any, you don't have to share totally specific numbers, but I know that if you can give us an idea of, you've grown your subscribers and your readership,
Okay.
how is that all going for you since you started guest posting?
Yeah, it's good to share this. I think it gives a good perspective. I think I launched end of March, so as we are speaking of right now, it's not even a good 4 months. So I think subscribers wise, I'm at like 400 plus.
Amazing.
Yeah, about 450 around there. I mean, obviously not everything is due to guest posting. I mean, I have to be frank here, but there are lots of other stuff that I did, like optimizing my blog and stuff like that. But it's definitely given me a boost in a sense, and I've got invited to 2 roundups already. So
Awesome.
within a short period of time, and yeah,
Well,
I
that's
mean,
fantastic. I mean, honestly, the email subscribers is great. That's a great benefit, obviously, and that's
yeah,
one of the main reasons I think we guest post. But also the relationships you're building and the sites that you've been on, because you have been picky with using your 3 criteria that you outlined at the beginning. Then you're able to just build that credibility in your niche, and that's great. I think that's fantastic advice. So we are pretty much out of time. I want to keep going because I want to like keep extracting more details from you, but I know we are out of time. But before we go, can you tell us, you have anything going on right now, and where can we find out more about you?
okay, you can reach me at meerakotan.com. I think Candice is going to give a link. And actually, the only thing I would encourage bloggers to sign up for is currently what I have going is that free email marketing course. It's like an 8-day course. It kind of goes into the basics, because I know that's what a lot of bloggers are struggling with right now. You have you need a list, but you don't know what to do with it. So that's kind of what I walk them through in this course. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Meera, for coming on. And for that, I'm going through your email marketing course right now, and it's brilliant stuff. So I love it. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Candice. Thank you.
Okay, well, thanks, mamas. We'll see you again next week for another edition of our 10-minute Mom Blogger webinars. See you all soon.